Don't look down. Summer break is here, so we're turning up the heat on your workout routine. Joining us today is our fitness expert, Cody Butler, along with Rachel Stroik, a class instructor at Pure Austin. Thank you guys so much for being here this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're talking about heart rate interval training, and kind of explain what that is.
Sure. So heart rate interval training is an effective way to train an exercise using 5 target heart rate zones that are optimal for your fitness level.
Okay.
So, and this can be applied to any workout, whether you run, swim, dance, bike. So any time frame too, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. So it's a type of training using your heart rate that you can do with any kind of workout. So it's great.
So the goal is to push your heart rate up to a certain level.
Right. Finding a target heart rate zone.
Okay.
So the way to find that is finding first your estimated max heart rate.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a broad, simple formula, an age-based formula today. You can take 220 minus your age.
Okay.
So for example, that might be 190 beats per minute. That's your max heart rate. So from there, you find a range, and that's how we're going to go through the 5 zones of what that would look like in your workout.
Okay. So how would you go through the 5 zones?
So 5 zones, seeing what that looks and feels like. Zone 1, that's your easy, comfortable pace. That's your walking pace.
Okay.
You're going to be at about 50 to 60%, right? So I have a heart rate monitor on today. This is a Polar brand. You can use anything. It has a chest strap, which is monitoring my heart rate. And I put in my information. It's going to sync up.
Okay.
Right? So I'm looking at this, zone 1. I'm at about 50 to 60% of that number that we found, that max heart rate.
Okay.
Zone 2 and 3, that's the bulkier workout. So zone 2 is your fat burning zone. Comfortable pace, that's picking up to an easy jog. You're at about 60 to 70% of that max heart rate.
Okay.
Now zone 3, so that is aerobic zone. So pushing endurance, definitely a good challenging place to be, starting to sweat, breathing a little bit harder, 70 to 80% of that max heart rate. Pushing up to zone 4, so that's your anaerobic zone. You're strictly burning sugar and carbs.
Okay.
So heavy breathing, this is going to be for short intervals. So depending on your fitness level, 5 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
You're throwing in different intervals like that.
So how long would I want to stay in that particular zone? So if I'm going at almost 90%, like a minute, 2 minutes, about?
Yeah, so like I said, depending on your fitness level, sometimes it might just be a quick push. You know, 5 minutes, you want to go back and forth between that zone 3, push yourself. So in a run, if you're running, right, so zone 3 is your running pace. Zone 4 would be that sprint. So that
short burst.
So run, short bursts. And depending on how much you do work out, you know, that can be a longer sustainable pace, sometimes 20 to 30 minutes. Working up to that.
Right. You know, we always see the charts on the treadmills that kind of break down the different zones. That definitely explains what we're doing in each zone. Now, say, for example, if someone's, you know, my age, 33 years old, and they're more conditioned or less conditioned than I am, so how would those numbers perhaps change?
Right. So like I said, the formula that I used was a pretty simple formula, and there's other factors that you can take that you need to take in consideration, such as your age and your fitness level, what your health conditions are, right? So if you work out all the time, your max heart rate's going to be a little higher, so that range is going to change for you.
Okay.
So you will be able to push and hit that zone 4 and the zone 5, which is max effort, which is for fit, you know, athletes. So you might be able to push that and sustain it longer than someone who, you know, maybe zone 3 is perfect for them.
Right. So just listen to your body.
And the benefit is better ways to burn fat. And carbs, as you mentioned? I mean,
more effective ways, because then you target your heart rate and you're not just doing the same thing for 60 minutes. You're kind of going up and down, so now fat burning into tapping into sugar, carbs, so it's more effective using and knowing what that heart rate is.
And this can be applied to any exercise, too. I mean, we're using the treadmill example, but... But you can use resistance training as well.
And it's good to know these numbers, because a lot of people jump on a treadmill or whatever exercise that they may be doing and thinking, oh, I need to be going at full capacity for 45 minutes to an hour. And they're really not necessarily being as effective as they could be by just slowing it down and working, let's say, in that fat burning zone, or depending on what you're training for or what your goal is. So it's just understanding, what am I trying to accomplish, and this is how I know my body, and this is what it's capable of doing, and working within that zone.
Right, and not putting, because you want to make sure you do listen to your body, because a heart rate's a good guide, and you want to push yourself out of your comfort zone and sweat, but you don't want to overexert yourself so that now you're working in an unsafe and ineffective manner. You're not really doing your body
any good. You hit that zone, slow it down a little bit.
Right, right, exactly.
Rachel and Cody, thank you so much. It's called heart rate interval training.
Correct.
All right,
thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back.